Why, hello there everyone, I'm the Kumo Sensei, and today's day 1117 of 25 push-ups a day, our self-anime motivation, and here's the date everybody. It is Thursday, January 9th, and it's 1:32 p.m. in the afternoon. And yeah, before I begin the push-ups, I always have to clarify that this, to me, is more so of a mental push in life, rather than a physical one. So this is not a workout video, nor is this a transformational video. It's just a guy pushing on, trying to find his place in this world. But if I push on, you guys do too, right? And also to clarify, I do work out, I do train, and I do diet, and have been for over 9 years now, because I'm a dance instructor and a stage actor, which requires me to be in shape year round. So I hope that clarifies some things, that I do work out, and I don't just do 25 push-ups as my only workouts. And that this, to me, is more so of a mental push in life, rather than a physical one. But as always, everybody, I got mucus stuck in my throat, which is why I can't really do voice acting today. But I'm trying to hold it in, actually. But 25 push-ups, a mental push, let's go. Okie dokie. And there goes everybody, 25 for today. And as always, I always do an extra 2 or 3 push-ups, just to be safe, in case I'm miscounted. And without further ado, let us keep going. And let us keep pushing this mental motivation, until we can be somewhere better, and happier in life, right? And if I fight, you fight. And I apologize about the mucus and the whole sinuses of the winter season kicking up on me here. And it's annoying, honestly, because I really want to post a voice acting video, but I can't voice act if I have constant sinuses stuck in my nose, my nostrils, going all the way down to my throat here, because it really does affect your voice acting. I don't want to sound sick in all my voice acting videos, which is kind of infuriating, honestly, because I do need to get some practice in. So I'm going to be practicing still. It seems like the only voice range I can kind of get is this one here. For some odd reason, I don't know why, but this one here doesn't require much of a pitch or much of a rasp. But I guess this is the only one I had to do for today. I mean, maybe I'll make something out of this voice. Maybe not. It really just depends on the range. But in terms, see my deep voice? My deep voice is not doing so great today.
Nor is my high pitches. My high pitches are not so great either. They're kind of stuck right in my nostrils.
But you can tell my voice acting is not so great when I'm feeling like this. I'm not sick, but it's the fact that my body keeps reproducing so much boogers, snot, mucus during this winter season. It wasn't like this last year, but I don't know why it's this year. It's crazy, honestly, and I apologize for that. So, I gotta find something to do for this voice acting practice, honestly. Maybe practice in front of the mirror again. That's pretty fun. I do it for stage acting, but it does work for voice acting as well, as long as you're training your vocal cords. But naturally, I'm a very soft-spoken person, so my voice is usually calming, and a lot of people say my voice is already calming as is. But I do have a pretty good vocal range, because I've already had 9 years of acting already, so that's kind of like my cheat code. I had a head start in comparison to most voice actors nowadays. But yeah, and I've also been trained as well by 3 different voice acting coaches during my stage acting days. Because it's kind of funny, actually. Bit of a story time here. So a lot of voice actors don't really know that us stage actors actually take voice acting classes. And the reason why you have to take it is because if you're performing in front of an audience, the audience is not in front of you. There are literally like the distance between the audience and you, the stage, is like a few meters. Like, it could be anywhere from like 3 meters to as far back as like 10 meters in some cases. And the goal of hiring a voice acting coach for us stage actors back then was because you have to train to actually speak louder, control your volume, and keep your acting range in at the same time. Because if you're speaking kind of low in front of a public audience, they can't hear you. This is the reason why we're trained in voice acting as well. So, honestly, sorry, I keep coughing here, but honestly, just for context though, yes, I have been trained in voice acting already. Literally. So, I don't really understand why people think that like us stage actors are only trained in acting. Yes, we do train in acting. Yes, we do train in theatrical arts or theater arts. And yes, some of us do practice musicals. I did for a little bit. I'm not a bad singer, but my voice fits more to the 80s aesthetics. You'll see someday, I think. But in general though, yes, we are trained in voice acting as well, not just acting. If you're in this acting hemisphere, just note that acting is not just acting. You have stage acting, movie acting, voice acting. There are many other bubbles of acting within this bigger sphere of acting. So it's just, you know, it's just so strange to me. But just for clarification, because it seems like people either lump them all together or some people try to keep them all separate. Everything is all linked to one another. There's not just acting or just a single voice acting. You know, I literally like to lump them all together. A bit of everything. That's kind of why my voice acting is very, I don't know. I like subtlety in it. You're gonna notice a lot of subtlety in my voice acting, which I like a lot. Because, yes, voice acting is more dynamic. Everything that sounds hits, usually. Stage acting is more theatrical. So, yes, everything, it does hit, but in a more pronounced way. But I do like to use nuance and subtlety from like basic acting from like TV shows and movies. Because for those who don't know, theatrical acting or theater arts stage acting is very, you know, charismatic. The characters are just kind of there. And then voice acting, it's like a mix of like it's like a mix of stage acting, but not really. So I don't know how to explain acting, honestly. Maybe I should do like an acting class 101 to discuss the history of acting, such as like how, for those who don't know, in the old movies that are black and white, if a character is dressed in all dark colors, usually in colors of black, it usually indicates that they're an antagonist, a bad guy. And if they're dressed in lighter colors, which is like white or the whatever color is only black and white. You get what I'm saying? The lighter colors means you're a good guy. The darker colors means you're a bad guy. That was what they did back then in some old black and white films, which was kind of funny. But man, I can go into the history of acting someday. Yeah, that's the fun part. But without further ado, everybody, I'm going to go to the store now and maybe buy some cough medicine and things like that. I'm not sick. I just hate how my vocals sound right now, so I can't post any voice acting videos. But as always, everybody, thanks for watching, and I'll see everybody tomorrow for another 25. And with that, that's really about it. See you.